My name is Sarah Johnson, and I'm 35 years old. I live in a small coastal town in California with my husband Michael and our 8-year-old daughter Emily. At first glance, our family might seem peaceful and happy. But the truth is, we're not. I have a big worry in my daily life. The source of my worry is my mother-in-law, Martha. Martha lives about a 15-minute drive from our house and visits us 3 or 4 times a week. At first, I thought she was coming to see her granddaughter Emily. But that wasn't the case. Martha's real purpose was to bully me. Martha is a perfectionist, especially when it comes to housework. She doesn't tolerate any compromise. Every time she comes, she checks the whole house in detail, and if she finds even a speck of dust or dirt, she severely scolds me. "Sarah, you're the housewife here. Why isn't the cleaning up to par? Look at this. There's dust on top of the shelves. This is going to be a bad influence on Emily." Martha's words always deeply hurt me. I'm doing my best every day to balance work and housework. But it seems that Martha doesn't see that at all. What's especially painful is when she criticizes me in front of Emily. "Emily, your mother can't clean properly. It's a shame you have to grow up in such a dirty house. The dirt in a room reflects the dirt in one's heart. Your mother's heart must be very dirty." Every time I hear words like these, I feel so sorry for Emily. At the same time, I think about talking to my husband Michael, but I can't quite bring myself to do it. One day, I finally worked up the courage to talk to Michael. "Hey, about your mother. Can you ask her to stop coming every day and bullying me?" Michael's response was unexpected. "What are you talking about? Mom is coming for your sake. She's teaching you how to clean. Shouldn't you be grateful?" I was shocked. My husband doesn't see any problem with his mother's behavior at all. In fact, he says I should be grateful. But I clean hard every day. Your mother is just looking for dust on purpose. If there's dust, doesn't that mean your cleaning is insufficient? I couldn't argue anymore. My husband is completely on his mother's side. As days like this continued, I gradually lost confidence. I started to feel like nothing was going right, whether it was housework or my job, and I began to feel like I was a worthless person. The only comfort is my daughter Emily. She seems to understand how I feel and sometimes says things like this. "Mom, don't mind what Grandma says. You always clean nicely. Mom, your heart is clean. What Grandma says is wrong." Emily's words are a great comfort to me. But at the same time, it pains me that such a young child has to worry about me. Martha's bullying continued, and I kept losing confidence day by day. Emily's kindness was my only support, but even that didn't change the situation. One Saturday afternoon, I went shopping at the local supermarket with Emily. It was rare not to have a visit from Martha that day, and I felt a bit relieved. Emily also showed a cheerful expression after a long time, which made my heart feel a little lighter. After finishing our shopping, we were walking home along the seaside promenade as usual. The gentle California sea breeze was caressing our hair, and in the distance, waves were shimmering in the light of the setting sun. It was a scene that usually calmed my heart, but on this day, I felt something was off. Emily was unusually quiet. Normally, she would frolic while looking at the sea or pick up seashells, but on this day, she was just walking silently. "Emily, are you okay?" I asked, and Emily just nodded slightly. We approached a slightly elevated rocky area on the promenade. From here, we were closer to the sea, and the sound of the waves was louder. Suddenly, Emily stopped. "Mom, I'm sorry." With those words, I was pushed hard by Emily. Losing my balance, I fell from the rocky area into the sea. "Emily!" Before I could even scream, I was engulfed by the cold seawater. My mind went blank for a moment, unable to comprehend what had just happened. The salty taste of seawater spread in my mouth, and feeling water enter my nose, I hurriedly surfaced. Coughing violently, I desperately looked around. I could see Emily on top of the rocky area. She seemed to be crying, but I couldn't see clearly. "Emily! Help me!" I shouted, but Emily didn't move from her spot. I was about to panic, but somehow I managed to regain my composure. Fortunately, the sea was relatively calm, and I could swim. I started swimming desperately towards the shore. The cold seawater enveloped my entire body, and my clothes were getting heavier. My arms and legs were gradually getting tired, but I kept swimming desperately. Why would Emily do such a thing? As I swam, my head was full of this question. I couldn't believe that Emily had pushed me. She was always such a kind child who protected me. I finally reached the shore. As I crawled onto the sandy beach, I felt like all my strength was about to leave me. Breathing heavily, I looked back, but Emily was no longer there. "Emily!" I whispered her name, but there was no response. I stood up, soaking wet and shivering. It seems I lost the shopping bags when I fell into the sea. Feeling at a loss, I started walking unsteadily, thinking I had to get home anyway. My mind was in confusion. I couldn't understand the reason for Emily's action, and I was filled with a mix of fear and sadness. Why would Emily do such a thing? Repeating this question, I hurried home, still soaking wet. I opened the front door and stumbled inside, where silence enveloped me. Emily was nowhere to be seen. "Emily! Emily, where are you?" I called out, my voice strained, but there was no answer. Anxiety and confusion dominated my heart as I began to take off my wet clothes with trembling hands. Just then, the phone started ringing. I hurriedly picked up the receiver. "Hello? Emily?" A small voice came from the other end of the line. "Mom. I'm sorry." It was Emily's voice. She sounded like she was crying. "Emily, where are you? Why did you do that?" My voice was shaking. A mix of anger and worry. "Mom, listen." Emily's voice was serious. "I wanted to save you." "Save me? How is pushing me into the sea saving me?" Emily took a deep breath and started talking. "Mom, I overheard Grandma's plan. She's trying to kill you. I gasped. What are you saying? I heard Grandma talking on the phone. She's after your life insurance money. I was speechless at Emily's words. Martha is trying to kill me. It was unbelievable. But Emily, why did you push me into the sea? We could have talked about this. Emily answered in a small voice. Mom, Grandma was planning to put poison in your dinner tomorrow. But I thought if I just talked about it, you wouldn't believe me. I was shocked by Emily's words. Indeed, considering Martha, I might not have believed it if I had just heard about it. So I thought if I made it look like you had an accident, it would thwart Grandma's plan. If you survived and came back from the sea, Grandma wouldn't be able to carry out her plan. Emily's voice was trembling. Mom, I'm really sorry. But I wanted to protect you. As I listened to Emily's words, various emotions welled up inside me. Fear, sadness, and deep love for my daughter. Emily, I understand how you feel. But it was a very dangerous thing to do. What if I had drowned? I know. I'm sorry. But I knew you were a strong person. Emily's words made me unable to stop my tears. Emily, where are you now? At a friend's house. Come home right away. Let's think about what to do next together. After hanging up the phone, I fell into deep thought. Martha's plan, Emily's actions, and what we should do next. My head was in confusion, but there was one thing for certain. I had to protect Emily. And I had to find a way out of this situation no matter what. I heard the sound of the front door opening, and Emily came back. We exchanged a long embrace and started to make plans for what to do next. When Emily came back, we hugged for a long time. Feeling Emily's small body trembling in my arms, I couldn't stop my tears. Emily, I'm so sorry. I made you carry such a heavy burden. I said while gently stroking Emily's hair. Emily looked up at me, her eyes wet with tears. Mom, I should be the one apologizing. I put you in danger. I gently wiped Emily's cheeks and took a deep breath. Emily, you were trying to protect me. I'm very touched by your courage and love. But from now on, let's think of safer ways, okay? Emily nodded slightly. At that moment, I felt my daughter's growth and strength, and my heart swelled with emotion. Mom, what are we going to do now? In response to Emily's question, I thought for a moment before answering. First, we need to have a proper talk with Grandma. But before that, we need evidence. We talked late into the night, making plans. I was moved many times by Emily's courage and wisdom. The next morning, I decided to take action to improve my relationship with Martha, with renewed determination. First, with Emily's help, we decided to record Martha's phone conversations. A few days later, when Martha came to our house, I greeted her, trying to appear calm despite my nervousness. Martha, let's have a good talk today. Martha looked puzzled but sat down in the living room. Martha, I understand how you feel about me. But we can't leave our relationship like this. Martha tried to speak, but I raised my hand to stop her. Please listen. I am your son's wife and Emily's mother. We are family. But your actions are trying to destroy our family. Martha's face turned pale. What are you saying? I'm just. Emily overheard your phone conversation about targeting my life insurance money. Martha seemed at a loss for words. I played the recording, revealing Martha's plan. Why would you do this? I asked, tears in my eyes. After a long silence, Martha broke down crying. I was just lonely. After Michael married you, I felt like I lost my place. I took Martha's hand. Martha, you are an important member of this family. But actions that hurt us are not acceptable. Martha looked up and met my eyes. I'm truly sorry. Can you forgive me? I forgive you. But from now on, let's make an effort to respect and understand each other. From that day on, we gradually started to repair our relationship. Martha began receiving psychological counseling, and I participated in family therapy. Emily also slowly rebuilt her relationship with Martha. Martha was impressed by Emily's courage and wisdom, and deepened her bond with her granddaughter. A few months later, we went on a family picnic by the sea. Martha brought homemade sandwiches, and Emily was having fun collecting seashells. As I listened to the sound of the waves, I looked around at my family. We might not be perfect yet, but we were definitely moving forward. Through this experience, I learned the importance of family bonds and understanding each other. And above all, I felt deep gratitude for Emily's love and courage. A year has passed since our picnic by the sea. Since that day, the bonds of our family have been deepening, slowly but surely. Martha now accompanies Emily to her piano lessons once a week. Gone is her former strictness. Instead, she gently applauds Emily's performances, which warms my heart. My relationship with Martha has also changed significantly. Every Sunday, we attend a cooking class together. At first, we were tense, but now we can laugh and point out each other's mistakes. Michael has also noticed the change in our family and has started actively making time for family on holidays. At our recent family meeting, we all made plans for next month's vacation together. Emily is brighter and more confident than before. Mom, I baked cookies with Grandma, she reports happily, and I can't help but feel joy. Tonight, our whole family is gathered in the living room watching a movie. The scent of popcorn made by Martha wafts through the room, and Emily's laughter echoes. As I lean on Michael's shoulder, I suddenly think, this is what a real family is. Overcoming difficulties, understanding each other, and supporting one another. Not perfect, but filled with love. Emily holds my hand and asks, Mom, are you happy? I smiled and answered, yes, I'm very happy. Being together with everyone. At this moment, I felt truly happy from the bottom of my heart. There may still be challenges ahead. But with these strong bonds, I believe